5 people built billion-dollar drug empires. 1 used submarines, 1 escaped prison on a motorcycle, and 1 ran an operation while raising 3 kids. And 1 may have secretly been working for the CIA. Stick around because we're going over the most notorious people who've run drug empires and how you can too. Also, if YouTube's listening, this is totally satire. No tutorials here. Just educational crime history with deeply unfortunate business role models. This stays between you and me. You got that? So here's how to build the biggest drug empire. Your first step, be scary. Boo! Anyway, meet Griselda Blanco. She ran a $2 billion cocaine empire while raising kids and casually ordering hits between school runs. Griselda built her empire through fear, chaos, and creative shipping containers, and somehow made it all look weirdly professional. Griselda Blanco smuggled cocaine into the US using fake identities, secret compartments, and whatever household item she could find. She had people moving bricks in bras, shoes, diapers. If it could hold powder, it had a job. Her reputation? Terrifying. She didn't just kill rivals, she killed employees, lovers, sometimes both. She once ordered a hit in the middle of a family barbecue. Quite the independent and efficient woman, if you will. She became so feared that even her own hitmen were scared of her. And yet somehow, she still had time to name her son after a Godfather character.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
You know, for cinematic effect, I guess. Eventually, she got arrested, served time, and walked free. And then one day, a man rolled up on a motorcycle and shot her outside a butcher shop, which is darkly poetic considering that was her old signature move. She built her reputation the old-fashioned way, by murdering half her contacts and terrifying the rest, which is basically how most CEOs get promoted, just with fewer subpoenas. Step 2, cut out the middleman and have great fashion taste. Say hello to Frank Lucas. While you were binge watching Breaking Bad, Frank Lucas built a heroin empire so quietly that most people didn't even notice. He called it Blue Magic. It was cheaper, purer, and cut out the middleman entirely.
I am the one who knocks.
Frank flew straight to Southeast Asia, bought heroin at the source, and smuggled it into the US using the one thing no one would ever search: deceased soldiers' coffins. Yeah, somehow darker than it is smart, and it is very smart. Frank operated like a CEO. He kept things local, hired people he trusted. Forgive me, mother. And wore boring clothes to blend in. He stayed quiet, low profile, until the day he didn't. Because in 1971, he showed up to a Muhammad Ali fight in a $100,000 chinchilla coat and hat, which basically made him glow in the dark to the federal agents. I mean, that coat did more damage to him than half the DEA. He got arrested, ratted on half the city, did some time, and got out. And ended up doing interviews about his rise and fall like it was a TED Talk. Truly, the most New York arrest imaginable. Step 3, always have an escape plan, preferably one you dug yourself. As my good friend El Chapo would say, if you can't outrun the law, out-tunnel it. Is that right, El Chapo, my man? Okay, anyway, meet El Chapo, everyone. If Griselda ruled through fear and Frank through logistics, El Chapo, he ruled through engineering. This man treated drug smuggling like a civil engineering project. He didn't just move product, he built systems. Underground tunnels from Mexico to the US, complete with lights, rails, and mini motorcycles. And if that's not impressive enough, he escaped prison not once, but twice. And the third time, they didn't even risk it. The US just extradited him and locked him up somewhere with no plumbing. Before all that, he built the Sinaloa cartel into one of the most powerful drug operations in the world. The man built more tunnels than most cities have roads. The way I see it is El Chapo didn't run a cartel. He ran the world's most illegal construction company. One of his escapes involved riding a motorcycle through a tunnel to his own bathroom. Meanwhile, I can't get my Uber Eats driver to find my front door. Step 4, disappear but keep the business running. Meet Dawood Ibrahim. Some criminals want power. Some want money. Dawood Ibrahim looked at both and said, bombs. He started out as a street-level smuggler in Mumbai. Then he built D Company, a syndicate that dabbled in drugs, extortion, gambling, weapons, and allegedly terrorism. And then he disappeared. He was the FBI's most wanted individual in 2011. Interpol wants him, the US wants him, India really wants him. But no one asks, how is he? I mean, how is the guy? No one knows exactly where he is. The rumor is he's living in Pakistan under government protection, but I like to think he is a ghost communicating to us through microwave beeps. Step 5. Start a hippo apocalypse. A man who made $420 million in a week, bought an entire government, was loved by the people, and accidentally started a hippo apocalypse that still exists today. Pablo Escobar. This guy was so cool. A man knocks on his door and gets shot, and you're sitting there thinking, oh no, is Pablo in danger? No! He was the danger! Can we please stay on script? I don't get paid enough for this, fuck. Right, yeah, anyway, meet Pablo, everyone. He didn't just build a drug empire, he built Colombia's second economy. At his peak, he was moving 80% of the world's cocaine, pulling in over 400 million a week. He lost billions a year to rats eating his money. Meantime, you're still upset about that $9 subscription increasing their price. Don't worry, I'm upset at Netflix too. He started small, stealing gravestones and selling fake diplomas. I don't really know who's in the market for gravestones, but the less I know, the better. Then he scaled until he owned the farms, labs, planes, shipping routes, and most of the politicians. He smuggled cocaine using submarines, private jets, a man with 2 passports, and 0 survival instinct. He bribed cops, judges, and presidents. When money didn't work, he used plata a plomo, silver or lead, which means you either take the bribe or the bullet. And let's just say people were a fan of silver back then. Despite his track record, people loved him. He built hospitals, schools, and soccer fields. He was seen as a hero by the poor. Now that I think of it, what is Mr. Beast really doing behind the scenes? Anyway, he got elected into Congress, which makes total sense if you know how politics work. Eventually, Colombia said enough, and the US joined the party. He died on a Medellin rooftop in 1993 after a massive manhunt. Some people say that was the end. Others say that he may have been working with the CIA to fund Cold War operations. So to recap, Griselda taught you how to be terrifying, Frank showed you how to run logistics, Chapo taught you how to build infrastructure, Dawood showed you how to become a ghost, and Pablo had a good mustache. Would we recommend doing any of this? No, maybe try Etsy. But now you know what it really takes to build a drug empire, which means you also know why most people fail. And remember, if this video disappears, I'm just a cat.